3 months ago, I built this wildlife pond to help out some of the local wildlife. In this video, I'll share the whole story of how I turned a boring patch of grass into a healthy and thriving ecosystem. The initial idea for this project started 2 months ago when I built this small pond to decorate my backyard. I started out by digging a small hole and placed some gravel and sand on the bottom of the pit to mix up the surrounding area. Then I added water. After that was done, I planted some reeds along the sides of the pond and placed some algae on the bottom. I used bone meal along the sides to grow more grass and some bamboos to help provide some cover for the animals. Then I planted some crops, hoping to attract some of the wildlife. The pond felt too open, so I planted more trees along the sides to provide some more cover. After that, I scooped up some fish from a local river and placed them in my pond. It looked great, but I wanted to expand this out a little bit more. I searched around to find a larger opening where I could build an even bigger pond and started doing the same thing again. This time, I would go with a slightly larger hole to attract larger animals. I cleaned up the nearby area, replacing the old dirt with new grass and spawning in new trees. I was lucky enough to get a beehive. I finished up the pond by filling in more water, which thankfully wasn't too hard, and afterwards I built a small log cabin along the side where I could observe the animals. I had space on the rooftop to grow a small farm for wheat and beetroot. Afterwards, I jumped into the pond with some lily pads and seaweed to grow on the bottom. Next, I added some finishing touches to the pond, more grass, bamboos, and once the pond was done, I sat in my log cabin and watched the animals. A week later, I was astonished by all the wildlife that had taken home near the pond. A small flock of birds rested near the pond while they were migrating in between the seasons. I even managed to tame one of the birds. It was incredible to see all the different animals that would visit my pond at night. And it wasn't long before I started seeing new faces in the day. When spring rolled around, so did all the animals. Some boars, zebras, and even butterflies were hanging around near the pond. Many of them were exploring the pond with their offspring. Autumn was right around the corner, and with the warmer temperatures, the animals thrived. It was incredibly rewarding to think about all the species I was able to attract and help out throughout the last couple months. It goes to show how one small afternoon of work can transform your local Minecraft world. Thanks for watching.